Hi everybody, the Mushroom Hunter here, and I just came across this log that has quite a few oyster mushrooms growing on it. These are most likely summer oyster mushrooms, which are slightly different species than the ones that you might find in spring or fall. They look very similar, they taste the same, but again, they prefer warmer weather. So oyster mushrooms grow on dead wood. You'll never find them growing out of the ground. This is looks like a beech tree here, and come a little closer. Oyster mushrooms are generally bright white. They can actually be a little bit darker, tan, or slightly brown in color, or gray even, depending on the conditions. But what we want to look for are mushrooms that have gills underneath, and if you can see, the gills run down the stem. There isn't really a separate cap and stem like you would see on your normal shiitake mushrooms or things like that. So again, they have gills that are running down the stem, and actually the scent or the odor is one of the defining features of oyster mushrooms, and basically it's like a licorice scent. It's a little bit of anise. There's a slight fishy odor that you might notice that generally tends to get stronger as they age, but they are very fragrant. They're fairly thick and meaty. If you see other mushrooms growing right now in Ohio, we have lots of things called crepes or crepidatus that look somewhat similar to oysters, but they don't have a stem. They don't smell good. They almost have like an ammonia odor. And the underside is often brown because they have brown spores that will come out of the gills. Oyster mushrooms generally don't do that. They have white to lilac spores, very light colored, so the undersides don't change colors basically as the spores are coming out of the mushroom. So this whole log here they're not gigantic, they're these nice little, this is not a bad size for these. These are gonna cook up very well. And this whole log just has a ton of them growing on it. So again, a lot of people, I think, don't realize that you can find oyster mushrooms almost all year long. Not quite as prevalent in the summer as they are in spring and fall, but they're definitely out there if you can find them. So if you're interested in finding these mushrooms, where do you find them? How do you identify them? How do you cook them? How do you preserve them? You need to check out themushroomhunter.com and go to my any of the links there. I have camps where we camp the entire weekend and look for mushrooms and eat them all. And also group mushroom hunts where maybe 14 or 15 of us go out together and try to find a bunch of mushrooms. And I also offer private mushroom hunts. So all that information is on my website. And if it's something that you're interested in, you need to get in touch with me as soon as possible, because hey, after about October or November, we're going to be kind of out of mushroom season. You're going to have to wait till next year. So when you're out and about, if you see anything that looks like this growing out of dead wood, very likely an oyster mushroom, and a very delicious wild edible. Thanks for watching. Happy hunting.